Good morning, class 12th. Welcome to business study class. The lesson organizing is in process and most of the topic of this lesson is over. Today we are starting with the topic centralization and decentralization. Centralization, where things are lies in center. What does it mean? It means it is an organization in which almost all the authorities are kept by the top management or in hands of few people. All the decisions in the business are taken by that top management, and the subordinates are supposed to do the work which is assigned by the top management. The subordinate does not have any right to take any decision. Such kind of system is known as centralization. This system is mostly suitable where the firms or the organization are small in size. Now decentralization is a system in which each and every employees of the organization get some or another type of authority to complete his responsibility. Under decentralization, every employee working at different level gets share in authority. This decentralization become a policy. Normally decentralization is done by the organization where it is large in size and it is very difficult to keep the authority at top management. Managers plans in advance whether to go for centralized or decentralized. It means whenever they are starting the business, initially only they will decide which policy they are going to adopt, centralization or decentralization. Sometimes company follow a mixed policy of centralization and decentralization. What does it mean, mixed policy? It means important decisions are kept by the top management and day-to-day routine decisions are given from top to bottom. So this is known as decentralization. Now let us discuss the relation between decentralization and delegation. What is the meaning of delegation? As we have discussed earlier also, decentralization is extension of delegation. What does it mean? It is an extension of delegation. As we know, in delegation we share authority and responsibilities between two persons, but in decentralization these authorities and responsibilities are multiplied from top to bottom in a systematic way. If delegation is done in a systematic way right from top to bottom by assigning authorities as well as responsibility, so it becomes automatically the डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन. अगर डेलीगेशन को सिस्टमेटिक ढंग से टॉप से बॉटम तक ले जाया जाए तो वो अपने आप में क्या बन जाता है, डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन बन जाता है. फॉर एग्जांपल, द डायरेक्टर गिव द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू produce 50,000 units to production head, and the director has given all the responsibility to the production head to purchase the raw material, to hire the workers, decide their salary and decide the working condition. Then production head give this responsibility to the production manager to achieve the target and select the workers. Then production manager appoint supervisors and divide the responsibility of 50,000 units among 5 different supervisors. So in this way, this is a systematic delegation between two people, and authorities and responsibilities are moving from top to bottom. So it becomes automatically decentralization. Now next is, delegation is necessary in every organization, but decentralization is optional. I think you are agree with this statement. Normally in each and every business organization, delegation is essential because the manager, normally he is always busy in work. He cannot take all the responsibilities on his shoulder. That's why to provide his time to important tasks, he always hand over some of his responsibilities to his subordinate. That's why we say that delegation takes place mostly in our organization, but decentralization, it depends upon company to company whether they want to adopt the procedure or the policies of decentralization or not. Delegation is a tool to get the work done effectively and efficiently through others, whereas decentralization is required when an organization grows and expands, and only where the and only and only टॉप लेवल कैन नॉट मैनेज इट. जब बिजनेस का साइज बहुत बड़ा हो जाता है तब ऑटोमेटिकली टॉप मैनेजमेंट टेक द डिसीजन कि लेट अस हैव द पॉलिसी ऑफ डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन. तो दिस इज वी डिस्कस centralization, decentralization, and how the delegation and decentralization are related to each other. Now, importance of decentralization, more or less similar to delegation. Develop initiative among subordinate. What does it mean, develop initiative among subordinate? As we know, in decentralization, authorities and responsibilities both are given from top to bottom. That's why employees feels that we are part of the organization, a different kind of trust and faith automatically develops. In this case, subordinates always take ready to take initiative for the betterment of the organization. Develop managerial talent for the future. As top level work is done by the middle level, middle work is done by the lower level, because authorities and responsibilities are handed over from top to bottom. Automatically our future managers are getting ready in the same organization, and whenever the need arises, the top position can be filled by promoting the people from lower to middle level to top level. That's why we say that develop managerial talent for the future. Quick decision making is possible due to decentralization. Why quick decision making is possible due to decentralization? Because authority and responsibilities both are handed over. Trust have shown in all the people in the organization, and the person who is belonging to his own position has right to take the decision. He does not has to ask from his superior whether should I do it or not, because authority has already given to him. That's why the decision can be taken quickly. Relief to top management. In decentralization, top level management becomes free. They are taking only important decision for the growth of the organization. All the work is done by the middle and lower management. Then top level management can think for the betterment of the organization. Facilitate growth. Decentralization grants more autonomy or freedom to lower level. This helps subordinates to do work in their best possible manner for their department, betterment of the department. When each department is thinking for the betterment for their own department, in this way automatically growth took place and better control is possible, because each employee who has given authority is also given responsibility, and in advance only it is told to them that you will be the ultimate responsible, you will be having the ultimate responsibility, you are the accountable. If work is not done, you are answerable. So better control become possible. So these are importance of decentralization. The next topic, difference between delegation and decentralization, you are going to do yourself. Now with this we come to an end of this chapter, organizing. Thank you very much.